Do you feel like people are invalidating your feelings? Like, for example, when you're talking to a friend and you're telling him or her something about your life or something that happened, or maybe something that you're feeling, and the answer is you're overreacting, like, don't worry about it, or don't complicate yourself, please, or
you're exaggerating, you're oversensitive. It's not that bad. You're so dramatic. If it happens to me, I wouldn't care. Don't worry, it's typically that it sounds good, it sounds cute, but it's not. Others have it worst. Think of others that have really, really bad things in their lives. Your life is good. You're going to get upset for that small thing? I don't know why you're making such a big deal about this. You have to work on yourself. You're not a child anymore.
So those kinds of phrases are like awful, and I think we use them. There's the last ones that I was mentioned. They are like really, really strong ones, and somebody that is maybe a little aggressive, but some others we use them when we are talking with our friends or family. We say like, don't worry about it, don't complicate yourself, because we want to help, but you're not validating their feelings. You're making them feel bad because they're feeling that way about one thing or the other. So one thing that happened to me last year, and it was something that really made me feel that I was definitely not being validated, and not only not validated but judged because of the way I was feeling, not things that I was doing. Just my feelings were wrong for that person in front of me. And that thing was, let's say that something happened and I received a text from somebody really close to me, and that text was really upsetting, not only because of the message, but also because of the way that things were said. And I was really upset. I was upset, not only mad about with this person, but I was sad. I wanted to cry. I was in my house, I was with my husband, I was not in the office, I was not crying in the office, I was just, okay, I feel bad. I didn't start crying at that moment, but I was like, this is really upsetting and I feel really sad. And this person texted me again and again, trying to get me feel the way she would feel. So I didn't answer anything wrong to that person. I just was like, okay, like, you know what, if you did that, what's done it's done, something like that. And she kept texting me. It's a woman, and I said, you know what, I need some time, so I cannot talk right now, because she was texting me and texting me and texting me, and I was not feeling right. I was feeling bad, I was feeling emotional, I wanted to cry. So I asked for space. I said to her, can I have my space? Can you just give me some time, because now I cannot talk about this. Because I knew I was feeling overwhelmed, and I knew that everything that I was gonna say at that moment, it will be bad. I didn't want to get into a fight or something like that. So I said to her, give me some time. I cannot talk right now. I am upset. I feel bad. And I closed my phone and I went to the shower, and I was just understanding the way that I was feeling. And I said, okay, what is it? What's happening with you? Why are you feeling this bad? Because this is something that is not amazing, but it was not the end of the world. So in the shower I realized, and I said, yes, it's not good. The thing that is happening is not ideal. It's unfair. Yeah, you feel a little sadder than normally you would, or somebody like it would expect somebody to feel, but it's okay. I felt, okay, maybe I'm emotional, but also I know that I feel like this because maybe I have some things in the past that had hurt me. I was not hurting anybody. I was not insulting her or talking bad to her or somebody. I was just in my mind really upset and sad. And in the shower I realized that I'm allowed to feel like that. It was okay. And I finish my shower and I see my phone, and I have like thousands, exaggerating. I have messages, but like messages. And when I was showering, I heard that she was like text, 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 and I was like, oh my god, I'm just not gonna look. I'm gonna put like in silence. I'm gonna just. So when I get out, I looked at the text and it was worse. At first she was doing something that upset me, and I said, you know what, leave me alone. And then she was really upset because I was upset. But not because I was doing something wrong to her, because I was not insulting her, I was not saying anything. I said to her, I cannot talk, I feel bad, I'm upset. Yeah, I was accepting. I'm not gonna say, oh no, it doesn't matter when it did to me. No, I accepted it, and she was mad because I was not reacting the way that she expected. I did, or somebody has to, or maybe she is like that. She really got into things that I was like, oh, what? Like, no. Not only you're upsetting me because you're doing something that is unfair, but now you're judging me and really upset with me because I react the way that you don't approve. So for me, that's the example, the biggest example of somebody that invalidates your feelings and then judge you. And then I was happy with me because after that I wrote like 2 hours, 3 hours later, I wrote a letter for her because there were some things that I knew they were like bothering me before, and maybe that's why I reacted like that. And I wrote a letter and I checked it with other people just to make sure that it was not aggressive, that it was like good, it was gonna be strong, because I was going to put limits, and because the way that she talked to me made me realize that she thinks that she can talk to me like that because I never put limits on her. So she was like, oh, I can say, but then no, I cannot talk to anybody like that. And not only made me realize that she was one of the persons who talked to me like that when she wanted to, but also other people in my life, that she was not even the first and most important person who does that. But the problem is that I let that thing happen. If people continue doing that to you, like I said in the other video, you are letting people cross your limits. You are letting people do those things to you. It's your job just to put your limits and make people understand that you deserve respect and that you don't want to be judged. You want to feel understood, and we don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with somebody to be respectful or to try to not invalidate their feelings. So for example, you may not agree, you may feel like, oh, this is really different of the way that I would react, but you can try to understand, and maybe the reactions would be, I understand what you're saying, but, or okay, I understand the way you're feeling. If you want to talk later, I'll leave you alone. You don't have to agree with the person. You have just to understand the way they're feeling, because people's feelings are different. People think and feel different than you. So if you are open-minded, you have empathy, you can just realize, I understand why are you feeling like that, or I understand that you don't want to talk right now. I understand your position, I understand the way that you are feeling, or I respect the way that you're feeling, and I will leave you alone, or maybe we'll talk later when you feel better. People's feelings are their feelings, are not something that you can judge, or you have to understand, or you have to say that you agree or not, because it's not your reality, it's not your heart, it's not your life, it's not your brain and your memories and your traumas and everything. I cannot judge her because she's like less emotional than me. No, because she lived a really different kind of life, and she has like a really different past. Like, she's another person, so that's the way she feels. That's okay for her, and that's okay for me. If I'm not hurting anybody or myself, why should I hide my feelings? Why should I not only hide them, but to cut them? You know, like, conclusion, just accept your feelings, accept them with love. You know, there are for some reason there, and I did look into what I was feeling that day, and that was the reason that I did that letter, because I knew that there was more there. Validate people's emotions, whether you understand them and where they came from, and whether you agree with the intensity and their reaction. Simply accept that they feel a certain way. Help them to feel better. Be there for them. themindsjournal.com. So that's the thing that I wanted to share today.
It's too late now to turn around and back again. I made my bed